What is up, guys, and welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Yes, I'm finally doing a Let's Play for Minecraft. And this is a series that I want to continue on for a really long time. It's a series that I want to keep building upon and keep building upon this one world. And just, exploring around, doing fun little projects, whether that be building or redstone or just whatever. So you can see here that I've spawned in one of my least favorite biomes, actually, which is a spruce forest biome. I really don't like spruce forest biomes and extreme mountain biomes. Those are my two least favorite biomes ever. And I just happened to spawn in a spruce forest biome. But I of course keep the world, I don't get rid of it and try and start a new world, so I'm like, it's fine. I'll just go outside of the spruce biome area and I'll just find a plains biome to build in. I do end up wasting a lot of time just searching for my spawn point because I completely forgot that I turned the starting chest on, so I'm like, I want to go back and get that starting chest. I couldn't find my spawn point because I literally spawned on top of a tree in the middle of a forest where all the trees are the same. So I did eventually find it, and then I believe I went east. Yes, I went east. And I found a village, and this village is really, really amazing, because I believe it had 3 blacksmith houses inside of it, which is not rare actually. That's pretty common for a spruce village. I don't know, for some reason on Bedrock, spruce villages are just really notorious for having blacksmith houses inside of them. So that got me started. I got a lot of tools, especially a lot of iron pickaxes. I think I got like 3 iron pickaxes or something from there. So that was really good. Something really interesting that fits the theme of being in a snowy area. So we'll just keep that on the back burner for now. I'll go back and do that after I get myself set up in the world. Eventually, I make my way over to this massive lake, where I see water flowing into a small cavern. So I decide that it would be a good idea if I went into that cavern and started a little bit of a mining area, just to get a bit of cobblestone and a bit of resources, so that way when I set up, I at least have a few things to set up before I need to go mining again. So I spend some time there, just roaming around, lighting up the place and stuff. And then I eventually move away from there and go further south, and actually go to the very corner of this map. I'm not off this map, I'm literally like on the last pixel on this map, and that's where I decide to settle down. Of course, I had to make the mistake of settling down at nighttime, so, it wasn't exactly a pleasant experience due to the fact that I almost got blown up a million times, and it's so loud listening to that lightning. But, I still have to build the foundation for the tower, because what I want to do for my first base is just essentially make a massive tower, and then each floor will have essentially like a different theme to it. So one floor will be my room, one floor will be like a room with all the different types of smelting options, one room for enchanting, one room for potions, maybe a room for cartography, and then in the basement, I did want to start a storage area, because everyone needs storage areas. So I started out thinking I'll only need one storage area in the basement, although of course this can be expanded upon. I can easily dig down as much as I want to make storage there. So I essentially just, place my tools down, go mining again, get some more tools and resources, and then I start building the foundation for the tower. I discovered that there's a little small island in the middle, which I really like, and I'm planning to put a sugarcane farm there. I'm going to use a sugarcane farm that is my own personal design, so there will be a tutorial for that coming out soon. But for now, it's a good place to farm sugarcane. And I will be trying to leave the 4 tall sugarcane on the island there, because sugarcane, if you didn't know, doesn't grow to 4 tall naturally. It can only spawn like that. So I figured I'd leave it there to show, like, hey, there's a 4 tall sugarcane that naturally generated here. I, of course, see this kind of monument or temple under the water, and I'm like, if I dig here, maybe I'll find a buried treasure map. Of course, I don't, and I've searched many of these before, and I've never found a buried treasure map underneath of them. So I think that these specific monuments never spawn with a chest and a buried treasure map. I only think shipwrecks do that, and the kind of the more cylinder-shaped stone brick type of sunken temples or monuments under the ocean. I'm pretty sure those are the only ones that actually spawn with chests that contain the buried treasure maps inside of them. Now I'm starting a farm, so I'm gonna have this area have every single type of food that you can farm, and that does include beetroot. I do think beetroot is useful for trades, if nothing else. So I just start the farm there. I start to put down the crops, and they're not organized because I don't have enough of them, but I will eventually organize them and make it look pretty. For now, I'm just trying to grow them all up and get started. And then I eventually go down into the ravine that I found, to which I find an abandoned mineshaft running right through the ravine. I've never seen this before, I've never encountered this, and it's actually a pretty big mineshaft, as you will probably soon see. But yeah, I start to explore, and this ravine is actually terrible, and actually, the ravines that I find on this file seem to be the most terrible ever. Like, I've never seen ravines this bad on this seed, just this seed, because this ravine goes down to Y level 11, where you find diamonds, but there are no diamonds at the bottom of this ravine, and I do go mining for quite a bit, and I mine out large areas eventually, and no diamonds. Never do I find any diamonds at all. Not a single one, not a single stack, which I find to be just the oddest thing ever, and it's just so stupid. Speaking of stupid, I fall and die and burn in lava here. Which sucks, because I just lost everything. But that's fine, I have materials, so I can easily continue on. Dying is not a problem, but then my game decides to go and freeze. And it stayed like this for a while, so eventually what I ended up doing was quitting out of the game, so I basically forced the game to quit by taking out the Minecraft cartridge from my Nintendo Switch and popping it back in. Of course, since the Minecraft autosaving is terrible, when I respawn back into my world, I have all my stuff as if I never fell into the lava. this is good and bad because one, I have all my stuff, but two, I just lost like half an hour of progress. Because the way Minecraft autosaves is, it doesn't do it very often. It does it like every half hour, unless you have a lot of entities in the area, in which case it'll save more often. So sometimes, if your game crashes, or just anything, then when you try and load up your previous save, if it's an autosave, then you might gain items, and you also might lose items, but you will for sure lose progress, about half an hour of progress each time. I've encountered this problem a million times before, so I'm not new to it, but it still gets me pretty tilted. I'm not happy with this, and I seriously don't think that a game should be so bad that it can't, do autosaving properly. In my opinion, Minecraft should be able to autosave my game perfectly with no problems at all. But aside from that, at least I did get my stuff back. So that's a plus, I guess. Although, not a plus in some cases, because the first drown that I killed on this file dropped a trident, the first one, and after this crash happened, I lost that trident. Which sucks, because when I go and kill drown again, I do not find another trident for like another 50 drowned or so. Which is just ridiculous, and it's so weird, especially since on Bedrock, tridents are supposed to drop drowned are supposed to drop tridents way more frequently than they are on Java. So I find it odd how I couldn't get another trident faster, but it just sucks that I lost my first one because I had to reset my game and it just didn't save properly. I did find a cave spider spawner in the abandoned mineshaft. However, I did only find one, which I guess is fine. I would have liked to have found a double, maybe even a triple cave spider spawner, but that unfortunately wasn't the case. So one should be good enough for me if I need to AFK and get some string. I won't be using it for EXP because that's just absolutely terrible. That's like the worst thing ever because spiders drop like the least amount of EXP. For an EXP farm from a spawner, I would want a skeleton or a zombie spawner. Preferably skeletons because I need bone meal, like a large amount of bone meal. And that is for my sugarcane farm, because my sugarcane farm design relies on using so much bone meal, but it gets you so much sugarcane in return for all that bone meal that you use. So I find it really useful because it'll allow you to get paper, which you can trade with cartographers and librarians to get emeralds. So all I need to do is get bones, turn it into bone meal, put it in my sugarcane farm, and then trade with librarians and cartographers for emeralds. And that's a really quick and easy way to just get emeralds really fast. Like, I've used this method on my first file that I started playing Minecraft on, and I'm going to use it on this file because it's just amazing. However, that does mean that I do have to find a skeleton spawner. If I don't, then I'll just have to save up my bones, but that does mean that I won't be able to use that method to get emeralds, although I could just, find another method to get emeralds, so it's fine if I don't find one, but probably I would like to find one. They are pretty rare, so I'm not, gonna say that, oh, I will find one eventually, because I probably won't, but, I hope that I do still find one. And a creeper blew up right beside my base. Thankfully, it didn't blow up anything important. It literally just blew up the dirt, which is kind of fine. I mean, it's also not fine because, for some reason, creeper explosions do not drop 100% of the items. I don't know if that's just a creeper thing, or if they only added 100% drops on Java and not Bedrock. I'm not sure on that, but it does suck because every time creeper blows something up, I have to go get dirt and then repair that area with that dirt. Like, I can't just, pick up the items that the creeper blew up and then use that to repair the hole, because there won't be enough items to repair the hole fully. So that kind of sucks, but, it works out. It didn't blow up anything important, and I can easily fill in that small dirt hole. Right now, I'm collecting clay. I don't remember why I collected clay, because, well, no, I guess I do. I didn't end up using it for terracotta, but I did end up using it for bricks. And the reason that I ended up using it for bricks is because I wanted flower pots. So, I guess I over-collected the amount of clay I needed, but, I can always use it later or just trade it away to, a stonemason for emeralds, because they trade clay. I don't think they sell clay, so I'm not sure that you can get clay infinitely. I think it's finite, but you can trade it to them, and it's worth it, because if you trade the emerald back to them for bricks, then you'll end up getting more, because one clay ball equals one brick, and you can trade them 10 clay for an emerald, and then trade them an emerald for 16 bricks. So you get 6 bricks extra if you want to do that, so it is worth it in a sense, but clay I don't think is infinite. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me on that, but yeah, I don't think it's infinite, so it's not 100% worth it for just getting emeralds. There are like so many other easier ways to get emeralds in Minecraft, just by trading away other stuff, like paper, or rotten flesh. Right now, I'm building the surroundings of the tower. So I'm just marking out a massive circle, because I like circles. Circle is my favorite shape, and when it comes to building in Minecraft, I actually prefer to build in circles, because it looks better, in my opinion, when you build that way. Like, if you just build a giant box, then it doesn't look as good. But if you build a circle, or a cylinder, then it has more variation. It looks more of like a structured building, in a sense. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But, yeah, that's going to be the shape of my tower, and it looks pretty good just from surrounding it in cobblestone, and building up from there, using oak. Well, no, I won't. I was going to say that I might change the oak out for spruce, although considering how much wood I need for the tower, that might not be worth it, but it would have looked maybe nicer if I built the support beams with spruce instead of oak, but, still, I'm pretty sure it'll look good with oak. Thing is, getting spruce, at this point, I just didn't think it was worth it, because I was, literally had oak trees all around me, and I didn't want to run back to the taiga biome and get some spruce leaves, even though that would have only taken me probably about 10-15 minutes. I was just way too lazy to do that, so we're going to be using oak and birch for everything. Yay. Well, at least for now. I will start using other wood variants later, eventually. Now you can see that the house looks way better. I've got the oak pillars in, and I've got all the cobblestone in, and I'm starting to put some windows in, and, move all my stuff to the insides of the house instead of having it just sit on the outside. Unfortunately, my storage chest literally fell 1 block outside of the house, and I had all my items in there, and it would be just a pain to destroy the chest and then manually move all my items out, so I decided for now to just leave it there, and then eventually later on I will move all my items outside of the chest and into a more permanent chest, but for now it's just gonna have to stay there. now I'm starting to build the basement. So I'm just digging a hole. A chicken was inside of my house, so I figured if I trap the chicken and throw it in my basement with another chicken, then I can get eggs inside my house, which will be really nice. And that ends up getting me a lot of eggs, since I end up getting a lot of chickens from throwing the eggs and getting more chickens and then collecting more eggs. And I'll eventually end up using those chickens to make a egg farm, and then maybe a chicken cooker in the future if I need it. I probably won't, because I always go out and just kill animals whenever I'm out, and that gives me meat. And I like to have flame and fire aspect on my bow and sword, so it's always cooked, which is nice, because that gives you more. It gives you more hunger. I'm not sure if it gives you more saturation, but I do know that it does give you more hunger points. As you can see, everything's starting to look really more finished now, and at this point I'm just decorating the house, making it look really nice. And this is odd, but I'm not going to put a roof on it until a lot later, because if I'm building the tower up in segments, like one at a time, not all together, then putting a roof is essentially putting the next floor, and I don't always know what I want the next floor to be like. I don't know if I want to use prismarine for the next floor, or terracotta, or concrete, or maybe stone bricks, or cobblestone, or wood. I don't know, so I just end up having no roof on my house at all, which, I mean, it's fine. It's not gonna, make anything more dangerous or whatever. It's just, kind of odd to be living in a house without a roof on it. And at this point, I start building a bridge, because I really don't want to jump into the river and then climb up the hill every time I want to go from one side to another, so I figured it would be a good idea to make a bridge. So that's what I start doing here, just a plain cobblestone and wood bridge. Wood for the area where you walk on, and then cobblestone on the sides with wood supports. A pretty simple design, but one that, in my opinion, ends up looking really good in the end. But that will be all for today's episode, and with that, I will see you guys in the next Minecraft episode. Bye, guys.